Hi guys, and welcome to another Screen Reality Games video on War Thunder with me, Monty. Last week I took you through the Russian starter planes and the beginning plane of each category, like the first fighter, the first attacker, and the first bomber, or first bombers, I should say. Um, and this week I'm going to be taking you through the Japanese. So the first fighter, well, the reserve plane, I should say. There's two fighters that I want to show you. The one and only attacker and the first bomber. So let's have a look. The one that you see on the screen at the moment is the reserve plane. Like I say, when you first start the game, you get three of these. They're all fairly similar. They're actually quite nimble. The machine guns are okay, but like I say, it's your starter plane. Nothing particularly flash or fly about it. Now, the second plane, across the bottom bar, is a tier 0 fighter. So basically, when you first start the game, you can actually buy a fourth slot for inside your Japanese hangar, and you can get this, so you've got 4 planes just off the bat, kind of thing. So I think that's a really, really good little idea. But again, if you on any maps where you actually have to do any landing or anything like that, you're kind of screwed because it's got no wheels. It's just got big, massive pontoons, and if you try and land, you'll just crash and explode. So, like I said, there's nothing really much I can really tell you about it apart from it's basically a reserve plane, but it doesn't have any wheels. So, moving swiftly on to the first fighter with wheels, and here we are. Like I say, it's nothing flash whatsoever. It's a tier 1 fighter, no bombs, nothing like that. It's just got a couple of machine guns, or one machine gun, and yeah, at least you can land it. And it can take a little bit more punishment than the reserve plane, so like I say, it's nothing particularly flash, but it does its job quite nicely. And now, here is unfortunately, the one and only attacker plane for the Japanese. As you can see, it's quite big. It doesn't handle particularly brilliantly, but it's not bad. You've got a tail gunner, you've got your machine guns, and unfortunately, unlike the vast majority of the other races, this, when you first buy it, you don't get any bombs. So you have to actually buy your bombs in, which costs you like the silver lion heads kind of thing. And also, it doesn't carry many bombs. Basically, that is your lot. It's not like the Russian planes where you can actually upgrade it through time and you can end up carrying 12 bombs. Literally, you got one big bomb and 2 little bombs. That's it. So it kind of sucks, because I do like me attack planes, but what can you do? I think they make it up plenty enough with better fighters and more bombers and stuff like that. And speaking of bombers, here is the first bomber, and it's massive. It's huge. It doesn't even fit on the screen. Check it out. Massive, massive wingspan. And surprisingly enough, I've had a quick go in the bomber, and it's not that bad. I mean, you do not get any machine guns to do any dogfighting or anything like that. But it's a bomber. You're not really meant to, because it's massive. If you try and like chase someone down, you will lose. But it's got millions of turrets. Well, not millions, but 5. It's got 5 turrets. So you really are brilliantly covered. You got one at the front there, and you got, well, must be the rest at the back. Let's have a look. Yeah, you got your dude here sitting right at the back of the plane. Then you've got one there, and one there. You've got loads and loads of turrets, so you are covered particularly well, as I found out when I was flying it around. With bombs, it actually carries quite a few bombs, I think. Yeah, 12 bombs for a starter bomber is pretty bloody good. So, let's say, when I was playing with the Russians, I wasn't a really massive fan of the bombers, But playing with the Japanese, I do actually like the bombers. I think they're actually quite good. So with no further ado, let's show you a little bit of the abilities of said Japanese planes. So let's go check it out. Right guys, this here is the Japanese reserve plane. As you can see, it's a biplane just like the Russian one. But to me, I think, this is just me speaking like personally, but I believe it handles a little bit better than the Russian one. It seems to corner a lot better, and it seems to be a little bit easier to control. So yeah, there's something to consider when you're choosing what race you would like to be. So there you go, there's the reserve plane. Next up is the first fighter, which is the tier 0 one. So here we go, let's go check it out. Now here we are guys with the tier 0 plane, the basically the one, like the reserve plus, let's call it. But again, it's got no wheels, so don't try and land it because you'll crash. But like I say, it's actually not bad. It's actually quite nimble. So also I've got a wing about to fall off, so I'm gonna have to do some damage quite quickly with this one. But again, it's a tier 0. It's basically, it's an extra reserve plane. So yeah, it's not bad. It does its job. It's got a machine gun that runs out of ammo, but like I say, it's okay. It doesn't do bad. So let's see if we can show you the tier 1 fighter. So let's go check that out. Now here we are with the tier 1 fighter. As you can see, it's got wheels, so you can actually do a bit of work and take bases and things like that. But also, I'd say it's not bad. It doesn't handle particularly very well, but it is a tier 1 fighter. So yeah, like I say, machine guns aren't particularly very quick, but they do actually pack quite a bit of a punch. So yeah, there you go. There is the tier 1 fighter. Next is the only attack plane that the Japanese currently have. So let's check it out. And here we are with the attack plane. As you can see, you've got your tail gunner and things like that. It doesn't handle particularly good, but it's the same thing as anything else with bombs. You've got your orange crosshairs, but this has got a big 250 kilogram bomb, remember. So let's see if we can upset this pillbox. Do we hit? We didn't destroy it, but at least we gave it a good hitting. And again with the attack planes, I like them because you can still do machine gun fire and stuff like that, unlike the bomber planes. I mean, like, the bomber plane that I'm about to show you, it is actually quite good because you've got like millions of turrets. But like I say, it doesn't quite do the same as what the attack planes can do. But yeah, like I say, unfortunately with the Japanese attack plane, you've only got 3 bombs, so it takes you a month of Sundays to kind of like do anything. But like I say, it's not bad. So let's see if we can show you the bomber. So time for the bomber. And now the bomber. I wanted to show you this because I didn't do it with the Russians. This is the turret gun view. So you, like I say, your plane fairly much levels off, and you've got control over your back turret. And I like this turret mainly because you've got like pretty much a 360 view of firing range kind of thing. Mainly because like with the other planes, you don't actually get that much thing, otherwise you're going to end up shooting your tail off. So wanted to show you that really quick before I get to the final target. And here we are at the final target, the last one on the map. I've got 12 bombs, and let's see if, fingers crossed, with my good old Montrose style dive bombing, I can take the bugger out. No, don't need to reduce my speed, just need to drop lots of bombs. See if we can get it. There you go, all 12 bombs gone. And I totally missed it. But never mind. But yeah, this is the bomber. So, as you can see, I'm getting shot to hell. But because I've got millions of people with machine guns on the plane, you're better covered than what you are in a lot of the bombers. Oh, and there you go. There goes the final target, and that is the end of the match. So, yeah, there we go. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Like I say, I'll show you the reserve plane, the tier 0 fighter, the tier 1 fighter, the tier 2 attack plane, and then the tier 3 bomber. So, like I say, subscribe to us, leave your comments and like us and things like that. And we shall be seeing you again soon with more War Thunder videos. See yous in a bit.